These positions that Paul's describing to Timothy, you know what they are? They're cross-carrying positions. Paul says, Timothy, you'll never ever have a great church in Ephesus unless you have supervisors. And you'll never ever have great supervisors in the church in Ephesus unless you have servants first. Because if you don't have servants, who are you going to turn into a supervisor? I love that show on TV. I haven't seen it very often, but you've probably seen it. And I've seen it here and again. I'd like to see more of it. It's the one where the boss, goes into hiding and works in his own company. Anybody know what that's called? Undercover Boss. Yeah, that's it. That's such a great show, because nobody knows they're working with the boss, and then people end up getting blessed because they were found faithful. That's a great picture of what we're doing here today. Jesus is in some ways undercover in the church. In fact, Jesus is undercover in all of his people. That's why Jesus said, hey man, be careful because, when you did it to the least of these, you did it to me. When you didn't want to go to the prison and you went, you visited me. When you didn't want to feed the hungry, but you fed them anyway, you were feeding me. When you didn't want to go out of your way and really have to deal with things down at the church, but you did it anyway, you were doing it for me. I'd say I got the greatest job in the world. The greatest job in the world is speaking to people and helping them see and encouraging them to follow the Lord. The greatest job, this job is so rewarding. Sometimes you look around and you say, we're starting churches and things. Sometimes it seems small. It can seem like, what are you doing? It's so rewarding because there's always at least 1 or 5 or 10 or 20 people sitting in every service like this that God is knocking on the door, that God is calling, that God's got the hammers and nails out. He's building, that the Lord's doing something with. And it's those people, when you look back in the ministry, you go, man, thank God we stayed about God's business. Remember what Jesus said when he left his parents? His parents, they lost him because he was in the temple, and they had gone up to the festival, and they were a day's journey away when they realized Jesus was missing. I mean, hey, here's hope for everybody. Jesus' parents lost him. I mean, come on, guys, come on. Don't be discouraged tonight, all right? We can all relate to that. I mean, Jesus' parents lost God and had to turn around. I mean, imagine how hysterical Mary must have been. I lost God. One person has ever come in the flesh as God, and God entrusted him to me, and I lost him. And I mean, Jerusalem was a hustling, bustling, thriving urban environment. I mean, you're thinking, man, we may never see Jesus again. And they go back, and Jesus was easy to find because he's in the temple, and he's got all the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the priests, everything, they're all freaked out because they can't believe this. Who is this kid? They didn't realize that in a few short years they're going to be saying, who is this man? What kind of authority is this, man? What kind of man? That's what they said. What kind of man is this? That even the winds and the sea obey him. What kind of guy is this? I'm longing for the day in our churches when people say that again. What kind of people is this? And we say, oh, it's not us, man. It's just Jesus working through us. I tell you, if you